this lesson, we'll be discussing linear translations. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to make transformations from the parent graph using tables and graph, make the connections between the table graph and the algebraic representation, and examine the effect of transformation on the slope and the intercepts. So linear translation, it shifts the line on the graph either vertically, horizontally, or both from the parent graph. It does not change the shape or the orientation. So a horizontal shift is when it's going to go left or right. So you will see that in the parentheses, it will say x minus a number. So if it's -5, it's going right 5. If it's going to go left, it's minus a negative number, and so you'll see x plus a number. So if it says x plus 6, it means it's going left 6. On a horizontal shift, the slope stays the same, but the y-intercept changes. So a vertical shift is going up and down. So if you see the number on the outside is positive, it means it's going up. And if it's negative, it means it's going down. Again, the slope stays the same, and the x and y-intercept change. So some examples. Graph the functions to determine the effect. So our parent graph is always the f of x equals x. So it's a straight line going through 0, 0. That's always our parent graph. And then it says f of x minus 2. So this is telling us it's going down 2. So when I make my new graph, I just go down 2, and the slope is the same. It's just shifted down 2 places. Again, my parent graph is a line through 0, 0, f of x equals x. And this one says x plus 3. So it's on the inside. So that is telling us it's a left-right shift. And it's plus 3, that means it's going left 3. So I count over, and here is my new one, and my slope, again, is parallel. Describe how much each translation moves to the left, right, or up, down. So in this first one, this is on the outside, so this is going down 2. This one's on the inside, it's minus 2, so that means it's going right 2. It says, given f of x equals 1/3 x plus 1, graph the original line and the indicated transformation. So let's start with the original equation. So we'll go start at 1, and then up 1 over 3. Or down 1, left 3. So there's my first line. And then it's telling me here that this is going down 1. So I make my exact same line, except it goes down 1. So remember that the slopes are the same. It just shifted down 1 place. All right, this one, it says, given the graph 3x plus 1, so I begin at 1 and go up 3 and right 1, or down 3, left 1. So there's my first graph, and then this is telling me right here that it's going to go right 1, because it's a negative, and it's inside, so I'm going right 1. So my whole graph is shifting to the right 1, so it's going to be here. And again, the lines are parallel. Number 6, make the translation to the function and write the new equation. So our original equation is 2x minus 4. So that means our y-intercept is 0, negative 4. And our x-intercept is 2, 0. I find that by plugging in 0 for y equals 2x minus 4. So I add 4 to both sides. and I get 4 equals 2x, so x is equal to 2. So it says translation up to fx plus 3. So that means I'm adding 3 to the y-intercept because I'm going up 3. So if I'm adding 3 to my y-intercept, it would be 2x minus 1. So I'm just taking this negative 4 and I'm adding 3. Now one a little bit trickier is the one that's going left to right. So we're subtracting from the x-intercept this time. So my x-intercept, it's plus 4. That means I'm going left 4. So if I'm at 2, I'm going left 4. That means my x-intercept is now negative 2, 0. So it's a little easier to see when I graph it. So the black line here is my original graph, my function. And the blue line is when I moved up 3, so I went from here to here. Again, slopes are the same. And then my second one, my translation, is going from here, and it's going this way, 4. So then my equation is going to be 2x plus 4. So let's see if we can just figure out what's going on from these. This first one, it's inside, so that means it's going right 2. This is on the outside of the parentheses, that means it's going up 3. This one is inside the parentheses, left 1. Outside the parentheses, down 4. Inside the parentheses, right 4. Outside the parentheses, up 7. This one's got it both, so inside the parentheses tells me left 1, and outside the parentheses tells me down 9. Also, two things. The inside of the parentheses tells me right 3, the outside says up 5. So when the number on the inside is in the inside the parentheses, the graph goes left and right. And when the number's on the outside of the parentheses, the graph goes up and down.